Can you stay for a shorter period of time?
Shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm, no, I think it's 6 days is enough because the duration of the exhibition is about 3 days. So it's about the amount of participant is about 400 people. So I think 3 days is enough. Is enough to contact with every participant.
Mm-hmm. How much?
That's why
Mm-hmm.
That's why 3 days.
Mm-hmm. How much
Yeah.
do you think will it cost to you to stay in the USA?
So okay, the stay in the New York. New York is expensive city. So the hotel is about $150 per day. So and having a meal about $100 per day too, because it's eating some kind of restaurant and so on. So if we are eating 3 times a day, it's 35 or $33 per lunch per every meal. So that's all. Probably public transport, Uber taxi is about $50 per day. So I'm not going to travel around the city. I'm going to visit the exhibition, State of Liberty, and Wall Street. That's all.
Mm-hmm. And what do you do for a living?
So I'm real estate agent. I'm self-employed. I don't have any company that I'd say affiliate attached assigned to my name. I'm self-employed, so I've got a special status that popular in Russia. It means individual entrepreneur. So if because my status is individual entrepreneur in Russia, I've got a bank account. I couldn't have a sign for signing documents. I don't have it. So I'm in commercial real estate field. So my objective, my goal, my aim, my result of visiting this exhibition is to collect people who would like to uh, promote to develop their business in Russia or Russian-speaking countries. So I would like to help them to grow their business, to expand their business in Russia Federation, while I'm staying in Russia.
Mm-hmm. And can you provide us your bank statements?
Provide. Yes, I've got about. So should I tell you the sum of money that I have?
Yes, you should show us the documents with the amount of money that you have on your bank accounts so that we could be sure that you have enough money to come back to your country. And also, we need a proof of income for the last 3 months to be sure that you really get enough money for living.
Okay, so now I have a account in Citibank. I've got a nine, yes, about $9,000, and I've got another bank account that I've got about $36,000. So uh, that's all. So yes, this year. So I'm in the process of signing a rental contract, and after signing this, I'm going to earn my commission fee from real estate, commercial real estate deals. So this contract haven't signed yet. I'm in the process. We are discussing condition. So that's why right now, I can't show you that in this year some cash arrived on my bank account.
Mm-hmm.
So I could show you my savings. Yes, I rent a flat. I don't have any assets in Russia, and I don't want to acquire them.
And what
In
about
Russia.
and what about purchasing a house in the United States? Do you plan to ask for a mortgage or you'll buy it for cash?
So I'm going to earn proper sum of money during this year. So I don't know if mortgage available for me as a foreigner. So probably it's not available. Probably I'll invite some friends to buy it and
As investors.
get yes as a in
Engage
and
investors.
start some share ownership. Share
Mm-hmm.
ownership.
All right. And so, how much do you earn for a living?
So let's say it's 1,000. So every month is different, but if we are if we're but summing up summing up mm, the year, how to say, там подытожить это как.
Yes, but it's better to say just per year. You don't need to explain how much you earn each month, that one month is
Okay.
bigger, another less, because in the United States they count only the earnings per year. So you can say like $10,000 per year or $100,000 per
So
year.
let's say 15,000.
Mm-hmm. 15,000, and
15
it's
per
better
year,
to
yeah.
say like $15,532 per year, something like that. Or you can say in generally it's 15,000, and in last year it was $15,532. In 2 years earlier it was 16. So some concrete numbers.
So the preciser, the better. Yes.
Mm-hmm, yes, because then they will understand that you are not imagining these numbers.
So look, sometimes now the situation is such that I can't show this money because I sometimes I paid in a cash. Some people, so some deals, preferably for my how's it,
Contragents?
no, as a part of the deal, contragent
Partners.
or
Partners.
order, or how to say, people who order service, buyer or who, clients. Okay, let's say clients. The most of the time clients are paying in cash.
So you want to say that you don't pay taxes from this amount? It's
So
not good. So you should not answer it, because then they can think that when you will be renting a house, you can receive money in cash and you will not pay taxes. So you should show them that you are a very good
law abide.
citizen. Yes, you obey the laws and everything in the same way. You can say that, or your official income, you can show them how money do you have on your accounts, and you can say that you don't earn a lot and you have been saving for this trip during a year. So the main idea that they need to hear is that you have enough money for this 6 days trip and you will have money to come back. And you can show them that you have already bought the tickets, the hotel is already paid, so all you need is just some money for the living, like buying food and buying some tickets to the museums. And these $10,000 on your account, that would be enough for it.
So look, so you mean that if I when I'm in front of this immigration officer, if I show her that I've got a boat ticket, hotel is booked,
Yes.
it will be printed for her.
Yes.
So you mean that it would be easier to let me visit the US and go back?
You can make a reservation on booking with the ability to refuse from it for free. There are
Uh,
like cancellation free reservations. Some reservations are like 1 week cancellation free, and
okay.
you can make this reservation. The money will be withdrawn from your credit card, but if
Uh,
something goes wrong, you can just cancel the reservation and they will
mm,
return you the whole amount. But yes, it will help you because then they will see it your amount that you have on your bank accounts, and
uh,
they will understand that this money is needed just to spend time there, because everything can be happened, and if you won't have tickets, they can say that if you urgently need to go to your home country, you can pay for the tickets like 2,000 or $3,000, or they don't know, maybe you
uh,
want to buy a ticket in business class, so then you have to have more money on your bank accounts, or they can refuse you in getting a visa. They'll have that you don't have enough funds and insufficient funds. So it's better to show them everything you can buy, that everything is already bought, like tickets are
uh,
bought, or tickets are reserved, and
uh-huh,
hotel is reserved. Maybe you can even show them that you bought online some tickets on online on some exhibitions, or you can show them
uh-huh,
on which exhibitions you want to go and what's the price for this exhibition. So like to show them the exact plan of your expenditures in the USA.
uh-huh,
You can even make a plan like in the first day, the same as you
uh-huh,
told me, like hotel this amount but it's already paid. Then for
uh-huh,
food, this amount, you can even write like McDonald's, I don't know, cheeseburger, hamburger, something,
uh-huh,
so that
uh-huh.
they could understand clearly how much how much money you need for your
Mhm,
everyday life.
mhm,
And then
mhm,
when you show them this list of expenditures, uh,
uh-huh,
and then you show them that you need to spend during 6 days like 1,000 euro dollars,
uh-huh,
and you have on your bank account $10,000, and explain them that yes, you earn like you can earn $200 per month. It's like two
mhm,
or officially $2 or $3,000 a year,
mhm,
but you have saved money on your bank account and it would be enough to travel to the USA.
mhm, mhm. So you mean that if I show them detailed plan of my trip, it
Yes,
would be easy to decide to let me visit the
yes,
to get me visa?
yes.
Uh-huh.
Because
Okay,
some
so
people, the main reason why they refuse in getting a visa is that they think that people want to stay illegally, and you need to show
mm,
that you are not going to stay there illegally. And so it means that you need to prove that you really planned at only a 6 day trip, and
mhm,
also you need to show that you have reasons to come back to Russia. These reasons
mhm,
can be that you have a family, you have some bank accounts, you have work in Russia, you have, I don't know, maybe some assets, you have a car in Russia. So you can show
mhm,
anything, anything for what reason you can come back here. And also you can say that it's impossible to get work in the USA, so you like your work very much, you can't work per internet, so you need to come back to your office in 6 days or you will be fired, and you have been working
mhm,
like this. So you should tell them how important your work is for you, how important it is for you to come back to your native country, and that you
mhm.
don't have plans to stay in the United States.
So okay, have you been to United States?
No, I've never been there. I have always planned, but I always thought like, all right, I'll do it next year, and so
Mhm,
on. And
mhm.
of course, it's very disappointing. And definitely,
What
I plan
disappointed?
to go there, but every time something happens, and of course, it's very hard to find money for it. Because every time you think like, all right, I'll save money and I'll go to the United States, and then you think like, oh, my car is broken, I need to fix it, or all right,
uh-huh.
I need to buy some clothes, or I need to help parents, I need to buy a new laptop, and then oh, my iPhone is broken, I need to buy a new iPhone, and so on and so on. Or sometimes money
Uh-huh.
is being stolen from the account. So every year something happens, and so it's hard to
Mm-hmm.
organize it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
So
mhm,
okay, got
let's
it. So
continue.
sometimes it's
How?
you're postponing it slightly, yes?
Yes, yes, but I think that it's not correctly. No one should do it. No one should postpone living, because then you'll be 80 and your life will be finished. And you understand
Uh-huh.
that you have not finished all your goals. Like, you wanted to paint a picture, you wanted to visit the United States, you wanted to, I don't know, to climb a mountain, and you haven't done anything. You were just working and working. I think it's not a right way. So you should
Mm-hmm.
postpone working and just do what you want. So
Okay,
how will you?
so
Mhm,
she could. So when I was in Kiev,
mhm,
they refused
mhm,
to let me visit the United States. I think because I was cheating, I was lying on the interview.
mhm.
Yes,
And on what questions did you answer incorrectly?
yes. Look, so how to make uh, how to how to let her know that those situation that was 2018 situation in Kiev was what's normal. It's not a problem. So because how to calm her down and persuade her to let me visit United States in spite of refuse of 2018. How to do it?
On what questions did you answer incorrectly? On what
So
questions
look,
did you lie?
look. I don't know how in your country. Where are you right now? In
Mhm,
Spain, in Russia, we could apply for visa by themselves, and we could by ourselves,
mhm,
and we could hire a specialist.
mhm,
Go to the special companies
mhm,
for this service.
mhm.
So I visited company. She was
It
too
was.
slow and did nothing.
Mhm,
And I asked other guy. He told me, "Okay, I've got a travel agency. Will help you." I visited them. They told me, "Look, to successfully pass interview, we'll make a legend for you, special legend. Legend. You'll tell this legend at the interview, and and they will let you visit."
mhm. And what for
So
the legend was it?
the legend was that I'm going with United States with a girl
Mhm,
whom I don't know personally, even don't know, whom I didn't know personally.
mhm,
They told me don't. So yes, I arrived in Kiev alone. She will arrive after some time. So migration officers started to ask it question about my occupation, and I lied that I've got several employee employees, and she finally looked at me and decided no, stay in Russia. So what now? I'm going to get advice from you.
mhm,
If she asks me
mhm,
again in Helsinki,
mhm,
why did they refuse you to visit
mhm.
the United States? So
You don't
how
have.
to how to yes
You
how
don't
to
know why they refused. I think they have internal documents, and in these
ah
documents it will be written the reason for the refusal. So anyway, this personnel in Finland, it will have information about the previous refusal, but you don't
so
have
well
this
no
information.
they
No,
they know yes.
I think, yeah, they know, or there must be some information written about your previous application. So I don't know what would be written there, but I think there will be written some information about the reasons that previous um, representative of the embassy wrote there. So maybe he writes that he was not sure if you're going there with your girlfriend, or maybe he saw that you want to migrate to the United States. So the main reason why they refuse is that they think that you are going to migrate to the United States and stay there illegally. So I think there will be written something like you didn't show enough reasons to come back to your native country.
She told me not she gave me a document. It was printed already, so I'm not eligible. It's not reliable, probably. Yes, not reliable to let in.
So it means that you may stay in the United States illegally. So you are not eligible.
Okay.
Eligible, it means let's check in the dictionary.
Eligible.
So eligible, it's like acceptable. They don't accept you to
Don't acceptable. Don't acceptable to visit. Yes.
Yeah, so it's not a reason, it's just a fact.
Fact.
Yeah,
it's simply a fact.
Yes, it's just a fact that they don't accept, they don't let you receive this kind of visa. So what you need to do to receive it, first you need to show that you are going there for some reason. So like the reason can be like visiting some exhibition, it's a very good reason, or going to some courses or something like that. And next, if you are going with someone, you should say it like, I'm applying with this person, and normally you need to come with this person. Because if you apply, where is this person, why is she not applying? If she or he already has a visa, you need to tell them their concrete names, and they'll see the number of the visa they get to see with which person you are traveling to. So it's better to say that you are traveling alone.
Yes, I agree.
And you need to say that you have reasons to come back. So maybe you can really imagine that you have a girlfriend, but you can say that she is in Russia, and she can't go to the United States because she doesn't want to. She likes to live in Russia, and you can think something. Maybe you tell about your colleague. So imagine, or maybe about some girl whom you knew previously, and you can say that your parents they are very old, they are ill, and you need to take care of them. So you need to come, you can't stay for a long time, you need to come back. So they will have like a list of reasons, and they should write down at least 10 reasons why you should come back to Russia. Like you have a girlfriend here, you have parents and you can't leave them alone, you have a good work, and this work is only in Russia. You have
so
a
look,
car.
okay. So about girl. So now I'm single, no girl, no how to say beloved girl,
Maybe you
no
have
girl.
some acquaintance, someone who maybe you know someone whom you just know. Maybe your neighbors.
So look, so I've got a son. I don't live with his mother, but anyway, I've got a son. So I've got a parents. No, they are slightly healthy. No, they're healthy. They don't have. Thanks God, they don't have any problem yet.
So
with
having
health.
a son is also a very good reason. Did you tell about your son the previous application?
No, I didn't.
So you
I
should
didn't.
you should tell about it because it's a very good reason why you should come back to your country because you have children. So you can say that you still have good relationships with your wife and ex-wife.
Yes.
You are divorced, but everyone had problems in different periods, and now you understand that you have a child and you need to raise him, and you have good relationships with your wife, with your child. You see him every day, or I don't know, 3 times a week. You love him so much, and you can't imagine your life without your child, and so on and so on, so that they could see that you will come back to your own country because you have a child here, and you are in good relationships with your wife, and you are not going to marry any other girl in the United States and stay there.
Mhm.
If you have
So
a
look,
car, you should show documents that you have a car in Russia.
no, now I don't have car. So so my situation, my future plans is to, so the United States. So about United States. So I would like to set some trade, some sales where USA is involved. So about Orlando. So you told me about my cash that goes and that with me without any taxes, that without paying any taxes. Yes, it was, I was paid in cash. So yeah, you're right. No taxes.
So you
So
should not
I,
mention it.
huh?
You should not mention cash.
I agree with you. Yes, that's why. But still, that's why telling about the my idea to buy houses. They told me, show me your income and show us that you are paying tax, the taxpayer. So no. So uh, about Orlando, and now I'm in this process. So I'm trying to sell some houses. I've got a I've got a friend, Alex. He lives in Orlando, Florida. We met in China. We met in Moscow. We socialized about it. He told me, let's sell. I got okay. I contacted about 20 people by phone, and they only one told me, please send me the information, and probably I'll buy. So I've got about 20 people in St. Petersburg. They going to get some cash. That this sum is enough to buy this house, and they refuse to buy. They told me that okay, we'd better buy house or apartment in Spain than in United States. So my point is in this monologue, in this speech, that is it okay to tell me the immigration officer that I want to visit Orlando to resell some houses in Russia? How do you think? What do you think?
I don't think it's a good idea because in today's situation, no one wants Russians to buy houses in their country. Maybe you've heard that in Finland they have a law that Russian people cannot buy houses.
I
Uh,
haven't heard.
they
Really?
they should no, they can do it, but they should receive some permission from administration and so on. So
Uh-huh.
now it's harder to do it because they say that a lot of Russians already have houses in Finland, and
Uh-huh.
now they just can't do it as easy as they did it before. And you know that there is a political struggle between the United States and Russia. So I think if you say that you want to buy houses or you want other Russians to buy houses in the United States, that would be not a good idea because they don't need Russians to buy it
Uh-huh.
there. They want to give
Okay.
these houses for their own citizens because if some Russian buys a house in Orlando, it means that some American will lose this opportunity. So it's better
Uh-huh.
to say that the main reason why you are going there is just to visit an exhibition, and you're not going to Orlando, you're not going anywhere. Maybe you will go to some like New York to see New York because it's popular um, town city, or maybe you can
Destination. Yeah.
yeah, destination. You can say that you are going to visit some other places just to see it, not for some reason, like for some cultural reason. Maybe you can say
Uh-huh.
that you want to visit the Great Canyon, or because you
No.
watched a lot of movies when you were a
No.
child with the Great Canyon. Or maybe you can say
Uh,
that you want to visit Miami because you are thought that it's a beautiful, nice place. Or maybe you want to
Nightclub.
visit California, the office where all the
Marijuana. Marijuana
companies,
legalized.
yes, where all the companies are situated. So, or to see this famous Golden Gate, because you see it everywhere on internet and it's very
Mm.
popular. So you can imagine that you want to visit some popular American sightseeings, and
Mm-hmm.
you don't need more days because your exhibition will last like 1 or 2 days, and
3
six
days
3 days, and 1 day to come, 1 day to
to
arrange
to
your,
arrive departure
yeah,
to
to
depart.
arrive your departure, and 1 day for exhibition. So you don't need to imagine a lot of sightseeing points, because then you will need to stay there 30 days and not 6 days, because of course in 6 days you can't visit 10 more cities. So you can
So
mhm.
uh-huh. So what do you think? So yes, I've got your point. So even I'd better don't. I'd better not mention Orlando and so on and somebody selling stuff.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, you
Uh
should
huh.
say
Okay.
that you are
Okay.
going for exhibition, and except exhibition you can visit 1 or 2 more cities. It will
Oh
be
yeah.
one
Yeah. No.
special day,
No.
and during this
No.
day
No.
you will
Only
go.
New York. In this case, only New York.
Yes, you can say that 1 day when you will not have exhibition, you want to go to New York, you have planned everything. The price for a train or a bus or I don't know airplane to New York costs this price. You can buy it here in New York. You will stay in this hotel in New York. You will visit this exhibition, this museum, Central Square,
Uh huh.
and
Uh
because it's
huh.
very popular, you watched. Different movies. You can maybe search on internet and what movies you could see in New York,
Uh huh.
and you can tell them that when you were a child you saw different movies like this and this, and everywhere you saw New York, and now you want to see it, and to compare it if it really looks like that. It's your dream, and if you are going, it was not a good reason to go just to see New York, but now if you are in the United States for an exhibition, you can
Yes.
see New York.
Uh-huh. So okay. So look, what do you think? What if I so she gave me a visa, yes,
Mhm.
and I visit. So I bought a ticket. Okay. So
When
I
you
bought.
get a visa, you can do everything you want. You can change your tickets. You can stay 6 months instead of 6 days, because later you can say that your plans have changed, or
Uh-huh.
you
So
found online work per internet, and you could afford yourself to stay there and enjoy their culture, and you liked it very much. Also you can say that you would like, no, now it's not a reason, but later you can say if when you will prolongate your documents, and they will ask you like, why have you stayed in the USA 6 months instead of 6 days, you can say that you received an online job, you could afford to pay for it, you like the culture, you've decided to learn English because you understand that your level of English is not as good as the level of
uh-huh.
Americans, and
Uh-huh.
you found a very cheap room, and you could afford it.
Uh-huh. Okay. So yeah. So you mean that? So
First, you
anyway,
need to
I
receive,
would.
and then you can
I would.
change your trip.
Uh-huh. Repeat, please.
First, you need to receive documents, and then you can change your trip. So I mean that if you say
Uh-huh.
that you will not go to Orlando, it doesn't mean that you really don't need to go there. First, you need to
Uh-huh.
receive your documents, and then you can go to Orlando. And if, in case they'll ask you like why you said that you'll be only in 2 cities and you went to the third city, you can say that when you came to the United States, people told you that Orlando is a nice and very interesting, beautiful city, and you've decided to go there. Or you met someone who's from Orlando and he invited you to visit this city.
Okay, yes. So your point is to avoid speaking about some sales and so on. Anyway.
Yes, because that would be a reason why you can stay there, or why a lot of Russians can live in the United
Uh,
States and they don't want it. Some
they
Russians
don't
come
want.
to the United States, but they are socialized. So, like, they have been studying at the universities of the United States, or they love cultures of the United States. So they have nothing from Russia. They hate Russia. So if you say that I hate
Uh-huh.
my country, I don't like my president, then maybe you can receive some working visa or something like that. But if you say that you like Russia, then they will definitely say that there is no reason. But you're not getting a working permission. You are just traveling there. So in case you are
Mhm.
traveling to the United States, you should tell them that you like your own country because you want to come back.
Uh-huh. So it's better to show them that I like Russia and
Yes.
I want to come back.
Yes, definitely. Because if you say that your country has problems and you don't like the government, it means that you want to move to another country. And it means that you can stay in the United States illegally. And a lot of Russians now, they receive visa, travel visa, and then they stay there illegally. They have all this information. And when
Mm-hmm.
if
Mm-hmm.
another Russian is applying for a visa, they should understand if he will stay there or not. So they don't want to have illegal Russians staying in the United States.
Okay, so yes, I wouldn't like to stay legally, yes, because it's so my point, my reason, so to do business with them, to sell while to stay in Russia, yes. So my major goal, my major result that I want to achieve
Mm-hmm.
is to do business with them and in, in how to say in condition in uh, while I'm staying in Russia. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Russia. I'm doing business with them, and that's enough for me. So
Mm-hmm.
look, what do you think about about I've I thought about medical medical service sales of medical services. So medical treatment is very expensive in the United States in comparison with Russia.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that it would be okay to invite some Americans in Russia, do some surgery operation, and make money on the uh, price differences between United States and Russia. What do you think? Is it okay?
But where will you find Russians who are ready to pay 20 or 30,000
No, no, no.
dollars?
Americans will pay to Russian doctors.
I don't really believe that Americans will pay to Russian doctors because if the price is lower, the quality is lower.
Uh, they could go
So
to Mexico.
um, I don't know, but to my mind, people would rather go to Switzerland or Germany or maybe Arab Emirates in some
Uh,
countries where medicine is at a very high level. So they would
uh,
pay more, but they would receive medicine of a very high level. And if they need to save money, they can go, as you said, to Mexico. And I
uh-huh.
think only people who don't have enough money will save money on their health care. And
Mhm.
the price for the tickets to Russia is too high. It's not like going to Mexico. And I think that the political situation, I think that in the United States they say that Russia is very bad. It's
Uh-huh.
I don't know, it's doing bad things. So a lot of people will be
Con-
just afraid of going to Russia because something will be happened
confrontation,
there,
yes.
and they couldn't go back. to their own country. Or maybe
mm-hmm.
they will think that Russian people don't like Americans and they will be killed on the streets. So I think there can be many reasons, but I don't believe that Americans will come to Russia for the healthcare. I knew some German people, but they were originally Russian people who
Uh-huh.
went to Germany for living. And they told me that they go to Russia for dentists because in Moscow, because the price to make your teeth in Germany or in Spain, it can cost you about $3 or $5 or $10,000 to make implants. And in Russia, you can pay like $500 and you will receive 32 implants. But of
No,
course,
no, no.
the
About so I placed two implants.
Mhm.
It cost me $500.
Yeah, they told me
But
the same.
but without its service is not complete because I have to wait about months
Mhm.
before the crown will be placed.
So they told me the same that in Russia they can do it like 200 or 300 euro for one teeth to make an implant.
Mm-hmm.
And in Europe the price is higher. It's 1,000 or 2,000. But the reason is that they use another techniques. They use another materials. And that's the main reason. So if people want to use to make an implant of lower quality, they can go to Russia. But and the price from Germany or from Spain to Moscow, the price for a ticket can be like 100 euro. So it's not so high. And to get a ticket from the United States to Russia, I think it would be about 800 euro or maybe higher.
So I checked the price in Estonia,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania,
Latvia. Mm-hmm.
Belarus,
Mm-hmm.
and the price is about near to 1,000 euro.
Yeah.
Near to near to 1,000. But in London, the same price it's 2,000 £2,500. So it's even more expensive. So
Mm-hmm.
probably no, yeah, no. But I think Londoners would refuse to fly to Russia. Probably they go to inside the European Union.
Yes, so I don't know how, for what reason can people go to Russia to receive medical services? Because
Uh-huh.
Russians go to some clinics where it's written like we have a Swiss clinic or it's a German clinic. So people say that it's not a Russian clinic, it's an international clinic or
Uh-huh.
something like that. And then people from Russia go there because they think that they have surgeons from other countries. But of course, it's just a trick.
Uh-huh.
And
Interesting.
to tell people from Switzerland to come to Russia, I think they
Uh-huh.
will not
Uh-huh.
do it.
So okay,
Maybe
got it.
1% or 0.01% will come, but that would be Russians who
Mm-hmm.
live abroad and
Mm-hmm.
they don't know language, they don't know how to explain what they need to do, and in this case
Mm-hmm.
they will come back to Russia to do it. But they can find themselves a very cheap clinic that they need and to do surgeons or anything they need. Maybe they will even use their insurance, state insurance,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
if they still have it.
So yeah, I was told that a lot of foreigners got insurance, so this that could cover the whole medical treatment.
Yes, in the United States it's harder with the insurance, but in Germany or in Spain you have insurance, you pay for it 100 euro every month. But in
Uh-huh.
case you need something, all the expenditures are covered.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
It's
expenditure covered.
up
Good.
to 30 no, it's up to 5 So it depends on the amount you pay every month. So it can be from 10,000 euro up to 500,000 euro.
500.
Yes, 500,000 euros. So if you pay 150 euro every month, and if something happens to you, you need some transplantation or something else, not just teeth, and it can cost you 500,000 euro, your insurance will pay for it. Maybe cancer,
yeah, very good.
maybe some other illnesses that need more money.
So, Victoria, let's speak again about the visa and getting visa. So, look, I read an article, and people, and they before 2008, the mortgage crash, they called special lenders ninja. No income, no asset, no job. So now I look like ninja that they mentioned, because officially I don't have no income and no job. I'm self-employed, but I can. So what do you think if I tell them that, look, I've got about $50,000 US dollars on my bank account, this cash in Russia, so if I leave Russia to live somewhere illegal, so it's difficult to.
Да. Да. Да, здравствуйте. В рефинансировании мне отказали. Как у меня будет возможность, я положу деньги. Сколько у меня будет? Да. Ноль семь 90. 07-90.
Виктория Владимировна, смотрите, в отделе выездного взыскания, у меня в работе, имеется ваш договор. И два других договора, по которым тоже есть просроченное 100, что все находятся у сотрудников колл-центра. А то, что вы помните, возмещали, что мы выезжали на адрес вашей регистрации к бабушке.
Да.
Вот, то есть, чтобы вот этих мероприятий не было, так как договор находится в отделе выездного взыскания, вам нужно в первую очередь погасить эту задолженность.
Которая на 30 тысяч.
Которая на 30 тысяч, да. Все верно.
Хорошо, я могу погашать частями, например, по 5000 рублей в месяц?
Нет, вы не можете. У вас сумма на просрочке только 21 203 рубля.